Truth and Reconciliation Day continues to spark difficult conversations. Next, we bring you an exclusive sit-down with an elder of the Lakibu clan. Here's CFTK-TV's Helen Asante with more.
For some Indigenous leaders, gestures of reconciliation fall short without real systemic change. The elders say the act not only isolates Indigenous people under a separate set of laws, but also prevent full participation in Canada's economic life.
There can be no truth and reconciliation in this country, which we call Canada, until they remove the most racist, archaic piece of legislation, which is the Indian Act, which subjects Aboriginal people to laws that no one else has to deal with. There is no Chinese Act. There is no East Indian Act. There is no German Act. There is no African Act. There is only one archaic piece of legislation, which is the Indian Act. Once Canada removes the Indian Act and allows Aboriginal people to become part of the fabric, the economic fabric of this country, then there will be truth and reconciliation.
Beyond the legal framework, he challenges another common misconception that Indigenous communities rely on taxpayers to survive.
If you look across this country, the majority of the land where the resources come, which drives the economic engine of this country, is Aboriginal land. Yet Aboriginal people don't even factor into that picture. Most Aboriginal people across this country get less than 1% of that revenue. But the greater society thinks that their tax revenue is what makes Aboriginal people survive, which is a pile of malarkey. Because the tax revenue from all the resources that are taken from Aboriginal land is what helps this country, the economic engine of this country, run the country.
His message: until Canada addresses the Indian Act and its economic realities, reconciliation remains out of reach.
For governments, not only in Canada, throughout the entire world, to really adhere to the terms and conditions of the United Nations Declaration of Rights on Indigenous People, then and only then will there be a small portion of truth and reconciliation.
CFTK-TV News, Helen Asante.